This is the L2C Media Network, and this is Sports Final, where today even our sporty balls are confused as to what the hell went on in the divisional playoffs. Steve will give us the details. He should. I'm Harry von Stuttgart, your announcer, and as always, this broadcast is presented to you by the L2C Media Network. Now, with the details that make the headlines in sports seem like child's play, if he can get his chair around, there he is, the man of sports and the man with the biggest sporty balls, Steve. Yeah, someday I gotta write these things for him. Thank you, Harry. Good evening, everybody. And I got to get a little thing for my little friend up there so we can balance the light. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Sicko Saturday. That's right, kiddies. Last week I was sick. This week, it's the NFL that was sick. Who'd have thunk? You thought the wild card race was wild. Whoo, Lordy. The divisional race, especially today, took the freaking cake. And we are going to tell you all about it coming up. Hello. Don't need that. Let's go like that. Let's boom that. We got to tell you all about it, and we are because, wow, two major, I'm going to call them upsets for want of a better word. You know, you got to call it something. But upsets is for want of a better word, and I tell you, this was it. Both games have one thing in common. They both ended on a last-second field goal. Let's go over to Cincinnati. Actually, let's go to Tennessee for the big one. Oh, not big, but mini big. It was Tennessee Titans taking on the surprisingly wilder Cincinnati Bengals. And fittingly, a defensive play decided the winner of the Bengals' 19-16 win over the Titans. I know this is going to hurt Christine, one of our loyal viewers. Christine, I feel your pain. Fan. So I feel your pain with respect. Divisional round of the AFC playoffs. Logan Wilson's interception of Ryan Tannehill set up rookie Evan McPherson's 52-yard game-winning field goal as time expired. The kick sealed the Bengals' first road playoff victory and the franchise's first trip to the AFC Championship game since 1988. Wilson's pick gave the Bengals the ball on their own 47-yard line with just 20 seconds remaining in the game. Joe Burrow, who was sacked a whopping 9 times, stood tall while delivering a 19-yard completion to rookie phenom Jamar Chase to put the Bengals in field goal range. The field goal was one of 4 on the day by McPherson, who also made kicks of 38, 45, and 54 yards. Cincinnati's defense came up with 3 interceptions of Tannehill, whose 33-yard touchdown pass to A.J. Brown tied the score heading into the fourth quarter at 16, but the Titans were shut out in the game's stanza as the Bengals defense came up with a big stop on Derrick Henry on a 4th-and-1 play on the drive before Wilson's crucial pick. Now, Cincinnati's defense started and ended the game with interceptions of Tannehill, with both picks setting up McPherson field goals in between. Another pick by Mike Hilton negated a 45-yard run by Deontay Foreman that got the ball to the Bengals' 9-yard line midway through the third quarter. The Bengals were nearly as effective against the Titans' rushing attack. Take away Foreman's big run, the Titans rushed for 95 yards on 26 carries. The unit, which played without defensive tackle Larry Ogunjobi, held Henry to just 62 yards on 20 carries. Last, but certainly not least, the Bengals' win was largely due to the play of their kicker and quarterback. McPherson became the first kicker to make at least 4 field goals. There you go, number 4, 4 field goals in multiple playoff games in the same season. McPherson's kicks were the byproduct of clutch completions from Burrow, who threw for, excuse me for a moment, let's get that closer, who threw for 348 yards despite being under heavy duress for the entire game. Per usual, Burrow had success getting the ball to Chase and second-year wideout T. Higgins, who caught a combined 12 passes for 205 yards. Now, what happened? Well, Tennessee's offense was a little, to make it, we don't sugarcoat things here on the broadcast. It sucked on possessions and downs, as it was 1 of 9 on third and fourth downs. In fact, the Titans' only touchdown the second half was set up by Amani Hooker's interception of Burrow at the end of the third quarter. The Titans' only significant playmaker on offense was Brown, who caught 5 passes for 142 yards. That included his game-tying touchdown. The Titans, well, they're probably second-guessing their decision to go for 2 after Henry's second-quarter touchdown. Henry was stopped short of the goal line on the Titans' 2-point attempts, similarly to how the Bengals stopped him on 4th and 1 late in the fourth quarter. Tennessee's probably second-guessing that decision, too, as it was in position to try a 53-yard field goal. The Titans calling the play before Henry's run was an RPO, hello, do we have, thank you, boys, was a RPO that was kept by Tannehill for no gain. That was also a head-scratcher. Tennessee squandered a winning performance from defensive coordinator Shane Bowen's defense, led by Jeffrey Simons, 3 sacks. 7 Titan players recorded a sack of Burrow, who became the first player this season to be sacked 5 times in the first half. Now, the turning point of this game, very simple. The Titans had momentum after rallying from 10 points down to tie the score entering the fourth quarter. Tennessee then seemed poised to take its first lead after forcing a Bengals punt to start the fourth, but Cincinnati's defense was able to turn the tide with 2 big stops. Cam Sample came up with the first big play when he corralled Tannehill for no gain on 3rd and 1 on Cincinnati's 35-yard line. On the next play, Wilson and Marcus Bailey combined to stonewall Henry short of the sticks on 4th down. Lowest play of the game, Wilson's pick takes the cake as the game's biggest play. The Bengals linebacker plucked the ball out of the air after it was tipped by Eli Apple, who enjoyed a career resurgence since coming to Cincinnati. The Bengals defense ended the Titans' streak of 3 games without committing a turnover. Oh, boy. Up next, well, if you're a Titan fan, there's the 2022 NFL Draft to look forward to for the Bengals. They'll travel to play the winner of tomorrow night's game between the Chiefs and Bills in next Sunday's AFC title game. Cincinnati overcame a 14-0 deficit to pass the 34-31 win over the Chiefs in Week 17. The Titans, well, we just told you what's going to happen. They're going home after a divisional round loss for a second straight year. They are now 0-3 in the playoffs as a number 1 seed. Final score, Tennessee Titans 16, Cincinnati Bengals 19. And in the world of deja vu, this too was a game, strange enough, that ended in a last-second field goal. The San Francisco 49ers pulled off a shocking upset in the divisional round, coming from behind to defeat the Green Bay Packers 13-10 at a cold and icy Lambeau Field. The 49ers were led by a fantastic performance from DeMarco Ryans' defense, which held Aaron Rodgers and company in check throughout the game. Due to all of the offensive weapons, 15 touches for 83 yards, plus 45-yard kick return, and made the key play at converting a 3rd and 7 run for a first down to set up Robbie Gould's game-winning field goal. The Niners had previously tied the game with a huge play on special teams with Jordan Willis blocking a Packer punt. Talanoa Hufanga picked up the loose ball and took it to the end zone, tying the game at 10 apiece. The Packers went 3 and out on their ensuing possession, which set up San Francisco's game-winning drive. And believe it or not, the game ended, and we're still getting the results all nice and neatified, so we can totally explain it to you, and we'll probably explain it to you hopefully before we sign off. But as usual, everything is slow, folks. So what happens tomorrow, you may ask? What does happen tomorrow? I think we all know. But if not, we'll tell you anyway in our sports news department. But right now, we go from the NFL to our basketball segment. That's right. For basketball. That's right. And by the way, all the scores are presented to you by Caesar Sportsbook, who reminds you that we are all Caesars. Amen to that. Very short list for tonight's action in the National Basketball Association. We begin, as always, with the defending NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks. They beat the Sacramento Kings 133-127. Cleveland Cavaliers de-thundered the Oklahoma City Thunder 94-87. Phoenix Suns outpaced the Pacers of Indiana 113-103. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your NBA scoreboard. Ugly enough. So we go from the NBA to women's Chicago basketball. No, women's college basketball. There's the word I was looking for. Women's college basketball is our next little trip upwards, downwards, and in between words. Let's where are they now? Oh yeah. Trying to find the scores here. Yeah, that's man. There we go. Boom. And boom. There we go. And also very light schedule in women's college basketball. We shall give you all the scores that we got here, folks. I don't think Nick Mercado's on tonight. If he is, he's probably on his Twitch channel. But we'll let you know. So we are literally commercial free. All right. 15th ranked Texas defeated TCU 68-47. 17th ranked BYU defeated San Diego 74-63. 24th ranked Florida Gulf Coast defeated the Jacksonville State 66-44. And that, my friends, is literally all they wrote. And now we go from the women to the men. That's right. Let's kick it and let's sizzle it. And a big old schedule for the men tonight. Let's ring it up and bring it all to you. That's right. Men's basketball scoreboard. Everything is final. So it says second-ranked Auburn defeated 12th-ranked Kentucky 80-71. 5th-ranked Baylor defeated Oklahoma by a score of 65-51. 6th-ranked Duke outlasted Syracuse 79-59. 7th-ranked Kansas outlasted Kansas State 78-75. 9th-ranked UCLA over Colorado by a score of 71-65. 10th-ranked Houston over East Carolina 79-36. 11th-ranked Villanova over Georgetown 85-74. 24th-ranked Tennessee at 24-50 winner over 13th-ranked LSU. 15th-ranked Iowa State, a loser to unranked TCU, 59-44. 16th-ranked USC over Utah, 79-67. 18th-ranked Texas Tech over West Virginia, 78-65. Missouri State outlasted 22nd ranked Loyola of Chicago 79-69. And 23rd ranked Texas outlasted Oklahoma State 56-51. 19th ranked Ohio State and Nebraska were postponed due to COVID. And now we go from there to the G League. That's right, we go to the G League for our Super Saturday of fun, thrills, and easy to read scores. And while we're on the pop, pity pop, don't forget we will bring you the headlines. By the way, the weather right now here in the Jackson area, it is 13 degrees under clear skies. Starting next month, in fact, starting the first Monday of February, Steve Sporty Balls will debut, where we will bring you not only sports, but entertainment, some nice light talk, some fun and excitement, plus a look at the national and world weather, including what's happening here in the Jackson area and in Michigan. So there you go, folks. Our promise to you to be a full-service sportscast, and we plan on it. So join us for the debut of Steve Sporty Balls, coming the first Monday in February. Right here! So let's see. Okay, here in the NBA G League. Today's action, Raptors 905 beat the Cleveland Charge 119-102. Capital City Go-Go beat the Windy City Blues 111-108. Grand Rapids Gold over the Fort Wayne Mad Ants 124-122. Delaware Blue Coats over the Greensboro Swarm 118-109. Westchester Knicks lost badly to the Maine Celtics 142-117. Motor City cruised to a big 113-100 win over the Lakeland Magic. Oklahoma City Blue beat up the Santa Cruz Warriors 117-113. And finally, the Rio Grande Valley Vipers defeat the Salt Lake City Stars 146-122. Let's give you a preview look at what's coming up tomorrow for the G League. 1 o'clock, it's the G League Ignite and the Long Island Nets. That game, part of an NBA TV double dip. That'll also be carried on the Yes app. 3 o'clock game, Sioux Falls Sky Force and the Stockton Kings. That'll solely be on NBA TV. 3:30 game will feature the College Park Skyhawks against the Wisconsin Herd. That'll be on TV 32 in Wisconsin and NBAGleague.com everywhere else. Texas Legends take on the Iowa Wolves at 5 p.m. Eastern, all times Eastern, by the way. NBAGleague.com and Legends Facebook Live. Austin Spurs and the Birmingham Squadron at 6 o'clock. Game to be carried on NBAGleague.com. My 68 and V94.9. 7 p.m. games are the Windy City Bulls, Capital City Go-Go's on the NBA G League, and NBC Sports Washington Plus. Another 7 o'clock game, the Grand Rapids Gold and Motor City Cruise will be carried on NBAGleague.com. Meanwhile, at 7:30, Westchester Knicks and Raptors 905 go at it on NBAGleague.com and NBA TV Canada. The 8 p.m. games are the Oklahoma City Blue and the Birmingham Squadron live on NBAGleague.com, My 68, V94.9 FM, and KNIB 105.3 FM. South Bay Lakers take on the Memphis Hustle on NBAGleague.com and Spectrum Sportsnet. And the 10 o'clock game that will wrap up things on... Why am I reading Monday? We're supposed to only read Sunday. Okay. So I screwed up that. Well, we might as well finish up Monday. Monday, Stockton Kings, Agua Caliente, Clippers. I'll be on NBAGleague.com. So there you go. Sunday and Monday nights, NBA G League schedule. Shocked us all, didn't it? Yes, it did. Okay. Let's get you with 11:55 p.m. here on a very cold and chilly Saturday night. We go from the hardwood to the hard fake synthetic ice. That is the NHL. And while we end hockey in general, our hockey segment begins. It begins the begin. And right now, we got some scores and we got some updates. Wow, very fast update. We had 3 games going on still, but now those 3 are now knocked down to 2. Let's give you the result of the one that just came to an end as we were introducing it. In overtime, the Minnesota Wild beat the Linda Steel Chicago Blackhawks by a score of 4-3. Spurgeon for Minnesota with 2 assists, Foligno for Minnesota with 1 goal, and Fiala for Minnesota also with 1 goal. In the second intermission, the Edmonton Oilers lead Calgary Flames. Actually, they tied with the Calgary Flames 3-3. And with 6:48 remaining in the second period, the 2-time Stanley Cup defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning lead the San Jose Sharks 5-1. Some big old final scores we got for you now. Buffalo Sabres over Philadelphia Flyers 6-3. Krebs for Buffalo 2 goals. Thompson for Buffalo 2 goals and an assist. And Skinner for Buffalo 2 goals and 1 assist. Boston Bruins beat the Winnipeg Jets 3-2. Coyle for Boston 1 goal, 1 assist. Pasternak for Boston 1 goal. And DeBrusk for Boston 1 assist. The remaining games are New York Rangers beat the Arizona Gypsy Coyotes 7-3. Creeder for the Rangers 3 goals, 1 assist. Trouba for the Rangers 2 goals, 1 assist. And Panarin for the Rangers 1 goal, 1 assist. New Jersey Devils beat the Carolina Hurricanes 7-4. Bastian for New Jersey with 2 goals. Johnson for New Jersey 1 goal, 2 assists. Graves for New Jersey 3 assists. In overtime, the Avalanche defeat the Canadiens de Montreal 3-2. Landeskog for Colorado. Colorado. You got it right. Yay! 1 goal. Girard for Colorado, 2 assists. And Premier's for Montreal, 43 saves. In overtime, the Washington Capitals beat the Washington Capitals beat the Ottawa Senators 3-2. Ovechkin for Washington with 2 goals. Backstrom for Washington 1 goal, 1 assist, and Chabot for Ottawa 1 goal. Maple Leafs beat the New York Islanders 3-1. Riley for Toronto 1 goal, 1 assist. Marner for Toronto 1 goal. Paris for the Islanders 1 goal. Nashville Predators kibbled the Detroit Red Wings by a score of 4-1. Duchesne for Nashville, 2 goals, 1 assist. Tennyson for Nashville, 2 assists. And Ekholm for Nashville, 1 assist. That's it for the pros. Let's take you to where the green grass grows ever so thick, and that is NCAA hockey. That's right. Let's take a look now at the scoreboard for the men's Division I. And a plethora of action taking place. How much is a plethora? Well, let me tell you. In the Atlantic Hockey League, in the Atlantic Hockey Division, RIT defeated Niagara in overtime 6-5. Air Force defeated Mercyhurst 5-3. Canisius defeated Bentley in overtime 2-1. AIC defeated Sacred Heart 3-1. And Army defeated Holy Cross Batman 4-1. In the Big Ten, Penn State over Wisconsin 7-2. Third-ranked Michigan over 11th-ranked Minnesota 4-1. And 15th-ranked Ohio State beat up on Michigan State 3-2. In the CCHA, 19th-ranked Northern Michigan and 17th-ranked Michigan Tech were postponed. Ferris State over Bemidji State 5-2, and number 2 ranked Minnesota State over St. Thomas 7-1. And in the ECAC, St. Lawrence over Dartmouth 3-1. Brown over Rensselaer 3-2. Yale over Union in overtime 3-2. 8th-ranked Cornell upset number 1 ranked Quinnipiac in overtime, 2-1. 20th-ranked Hartford defeated Clarkson defeated number 20 Harvard 4-3. Princeton and Colgate tied in overtime 2-2. Exhibition Lindenwood and Arizona State were canceled due to COVID. In Hockey East action, it was 14th-ranked Massachusetts beating 12th-ranked Northeastern 6-0. 10th-ranked UMass Lowell lost to Merrimack 3-2. 18th-ranked Providence and Boston College tied at 1 in overtime, and that would be the final score. Boston University over Vermont 4-0. Connecticut over New Hampshire 3-2 in overtime. In the NCHC, it was 16th-ranked Omaha over 7th-ranked Minnesota Duluth 5-1. 6th-ranked St. Cloud over Miami 8-0. 5th-ranked Denver over Colorado College 4-0. 4th-ranked Western Michigan over 9th-ranked North Dakota 2-0. And in non-conference action, LIU defeated St. Anselm 7-0. That's right. Now we go to the women of college hockey. It's time now for the women to do some dancing, and they did. In the CHA, Syracuse over RIT 5-2. Penn State and Linwood, we haven't got a score for them or even from them. ECAC, 6th-ranked Colgate over Brown 2-1. 10th-ranked Yale over Cornell 4-1. 9th-ranked Harvard over 4th-ranked Quinnipiac 3-2. St. Lawrence over Rensselaer 4-0. Dartmouth and Princeton, we still haven't heard from them. 7th-ranked Clarkson over Union 4-0. In Hockey East, Vermont over Providence 4-1. Maine over Merrimack 3-1. Boston College over Holy Cross, Batman 3-1. In the NEWHA, or the NEWHA, Franklin Pierce over Sacred Heart 2-0. St. Michael and St. Anselm tied at 1 in overtime for a final score. Non-conference action, Post over Anna Maria 3-0. In the WCHA, it was 2nd-ranked Ohio State over 8th-ranked Minnesota Duluth 3-0. Bemidji State over St. Cloud State 2-1. And 5th-ranked Minnesota upset number 1 Wisconsin 4-3. And if you think we're over with our hockey, you are wrong. Because now we go to the minors and we go to the AHL. We are loaded with bear, folks. We are loaded with bear. That's right. Let's go to the hockey from the AHL. And here we go. Got some games in the early stages of the third period. For example, Abbotsford Canucks lead the San Diego Gulls by a score of 3-2. Also early in the third, it's San Jose Barracuda and Bakersfield Condors tied at 2. Final scores: Colorado Eagles over the Iowa Wild 3-2. Cleveland Monsters belted the Rochester Americans 7-3. Manitoba Moose over the Chicago Wolves in overtime 4-3. Charlotte Checkers over Lehigh Valley Phantoms 4-1. Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins over the Toronto Marlies 3-2. Providence Bruins over Bridgeport Islanders 5-3. Milwaukee Admirals over the Grand Rapids Griffins 5-2. Hershey Bears over the Hartford Wolfpack 5-0. In a shootout, it was Rockford Ice Hogs over the Texas Stars 3-2. The Utica Comets over Syracuse Crunch 6-3. Ontario Reign, over the Tucson Roadrunners 7-3. Henderson Silver Knights over the Stockton Heat 4-3. And that is it for the AHL. Let's go to the Big O. That's the Ontario Hockey League, where we got some big old action, at least I hope. 7 games. Let's hope it's a full house. 7 games. On Saturday, 7 games. Yeah. Nope. Hold on. There we go. Now we're there. Okay, first the postponement. Hamilton and Ottawa were postponed. In overtime, it was Barrie over North Bay 3-2. And in other games, and yes, they were played. Yes, Flint over Kitchener by a score 7-1. Saginaw over Erie by a score of 5-4. London over Guelph 5-3. Kingston over Niagara 6-2. And that's your scoreage from those leagues. Let's now take you beyond the AHL and the OHL. It's time for our minor league action, and for that, we go from the OHL to, hello there, I think we hit the wrong button, boys. Can we hit the right button? Can we hit any button, boys? Yes, we can. Thank you. There we go. We got the right button pushed. Thank you, guys. Let's go first to the ECHL, which had the week off for the All-Star break in their league. And right now, let's see if we had any action tonight. There we go. Thank you. Let's rock it. Let's roll it. And let's do a little cabana slammer here. And nope, no action. Wow. You're kidding. We only had one game, and that was on the 22nd. Utah Grizzlies over the Allen Americans 5-2. Games will continue on the 20. Is that 8th or 23rd? 23rd. So later today, since we are now on Sunday. Yay. So there you go, the ECHL. We finally got things straightened out. So we go from the ECHL to the Southern Professional Hockey League, or as we call it, the Spiel. Now, let's see if they can help us out with some scores from today's action. And they should, and they will, and they are, folks. All right. Knoxville Ice Bears over the Vermilion County Bobcats 5-1. Fayetteville Marksmen over the Birmingham Bulls by a score of 3-1. Evansville Thunderbolts over the Quad City Storm 5-1. Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs over the Huntsville Havoc 5-3. And what a game in Pensacola! The Ice Flyers massacred the Macon Mayhem 13-4. Memorial arrangements for Macon Mayhem will be made. Stand by. That was a hockey game. Personally, I wish it was on TV. I could have enjoyed seeing that. But anyway, I have relatives that live in Macon. Anyway, folks, let's get over to the Federal Prospects Hockey League, or the FIPL, so we can wrap up the our look at the minor leagues and all of hockey. And let's see, do we have any scores? Oh, yeah, we do. We got 3 scores for you. Binghamton over Dansbury 5-4. Carolina took out Columbus 6-5, and Port Huron beat Delaware 4-3. None of them bought dinner. Anyway, it's a lame joke. Okay, thank you very much, folks. And yes, friends, we continue with our sportscast. It's 9 minutes past midnight. By the way, a reminder, tomorrow night, it's a Sunday. We do air at midnight Eastern time because we're finally getting the podcast up. Yay, after a week off due to technical difficulties and other little situations. We couldn't do podcasts on Sunday, but now we will. We do Last Call Cafe. We go live to tape at 11. And then we do Wrestle Anime Hut at 11:30. And then we come on the air at midnight right here on that which we like to call, for love and respect, YouTube. Okay, right now let's we've already done some of the ball games or some of the NFL reports. We also got a let's get the update on the UFC for our MMA fans out there. Here's the results and the card. Jasmine Jasdavikas defeated Kay Hansen via unanimous decision 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. Vanessa Dinopoulos defeated Silvana Gomez Juarez via first-round submission with an armbar. Matt Frivola over Gennaro Valdez via first-round TKO punches. Tony Gravely defeated Simon Oliveira via unanimous decision 30-27, 30-27, 30-27, said HUD hike. Jack Della defeated Pete Rodriguez via first round TKO with punches. Victory Henry, you gotta love a guy with the name of Victory. Sadly, he lost. So Victory was defeated by Renoni Barcelos via unanimous decision 30-27 across the board. Or if you want it my way, 30-27, 30-27, 30-27, doo-doo-doo-doo. Michael Morales defeated Trayvon Gills via first round TKO with punches. Syed Nurmagomedov defeated Cody Stamann via first round submission to guillotine choke. Michael Pereira defeated Andre Fiallo via unanimous decision 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. Two matches still remain on the UFC 70 card. That's Brandon Moreno versus Davison Figueiredo for the flyweight championship, and the main event, Cyril Gane taking on Francis Ngannou for the heavyweight championship. And Ngannou is the defending champion, by the way. So there you go. There is our UFC report. Let's get on with other stories hitting the sports wires tonight. Oh boy, and we do this report with a little warning that some of this report may contain disturbing details. We'll try to clean it up for you, but we do have a content warning issue. The report we're about to give you contains disturbing details about a series of crimes committed against a child. We will clean it up, though, but still, we do have to say the disclaimer, parental discretion is advised. Sergio Midri, a former pitcher who appeared in parts of 8 big league seasons, was sentenced to 50 years in prison this week after being found guilty of, oh boy, how can we say this? Well, of sexually assaulting and then murdering his romantic partner's 22-month-old infant, according to the Mexican magazine Proceso. An autopsy revealed that the child died of hypovolemic shock or loss of body fluids caused by Meter. Meter was also ordered to pay more than $66,000 in restitution damages to the victim's family, per Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. The 41-year-old Meter committed the heinous acts in July 2020. According to the child's mother, Lillian Innes, Meters responded violently when she denied his command to get an abortion when she was 4 months pregnant. Meter originally tried to cover up the death by alleging it was the product of an accident. He subsequently attempted to justify his act by bringing up the abuse Liliana endured from a former romantic partner. And I'm not going to go through the rest of it, so. Oh boy. I should have just erased. We are live on the air. Thank you, though. Let's get some more headlines, and it's on your side, boss. You're going to have to look for it. And please remember, Mom, I'm going to say this to you on air so it's on the record. The remote control has to be in sync with the new TV for the volume to work. And again, I don't want to get copyright stricken. So it has to be down, but I will turn it up for you. Give me a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta. There we go. I did it. There. I got it turned up for you. But again, mom, just listen to me for a few moments, and I'm doing this live on the air. You can't use the remote control because the remote control has to be in sync with the new TV for you to turn it down. What you're doing is just turning on and off via the cable box. So I'm glad you understood. Thank you. There we go. Set, right? There, can you hear it? Possibly booby trap difficult at best. Oh, night, obviously. Push up from the ground. Okay. 16, split into two, cover both steroids. Enemy left security measures. We had a resistance gunfight's going to alert our HVT of our presence. We should be gone by the time we make the 16th.
Hopefully get the kids from the high school in here working and connected as well.
Okay, my apologies to everyone, including our friends at YouTube. I had to turn up the TV so my mom could hear it. She only has hearing in one ear. I'm going to be calling for a hearing test for her sometime this week. Thanks for your understanding, everybody. Let's get back to the show and get back to our little program here. And here we go. Tom Brady has given no indication one way or the other to teammates or coaches about his intentions beyond this season, but many in the Tampa organization are bracing for Sunday to potentially be what could be his final NFL game should the Buccaneers lose. And all intents and purposes, the way things were going today, it kind of looks like, unless Tommy has a great game, the Buccaneers could actually be looking at the end of an era. Brady has talked in the past about wanting to play up to age 50, though not quite as much recently, and at age 44, and chasing a second straight Lombardi trophy, and with the Bucs facing the difficult task of keeping this team together in 2022. Several of his teammates are prepared for this playoff run to be Brady's last. Sources say, including some very close to the quarterback. One Bucs source said nothing's been said, but there's a sense among some guys in the locker room that this is it. One way or the other, it's just, little things here or there that they're picking up on. Maybe it turns out to be nothing. Now, Brady has performed once again at an MVP level and has Tampa poised for another possible Super Bowl run. He has continually worked short-term contracts with the Bucs, and at this stage of his career, he could always opt to retire at some point. It would not surprise some who know him well. In fact, he does opt to end his football chapter of his life after this season, spend more time with his family, and begin exploring other interests. Tampa managed to bring back every starter from last year's Super Bowl team, but doing so next year will be close to impossible for cap reasons alone. Head coach Bruce Arians has his own health decisions to make at this point in his career, and some free agent departures will be inevitable. The Bucs host the Rams tomorrow's division round matchup after suffering some key injuries, particularly on the offensive line in the wild card round. Okay. And once again, here's let's give you the latest rumors. It remains to be seen if Raiders owner Mark Davis can lure Jim Harbaugh out of Michigan to return to the organization where he began his NFL coaching career. But if he does, league sources said several current NFL coaches would have their eye on the opening in Ann Arbor. Like, for example, the embattled Panthers head coach Matt Rule would be at the top of the list. League sources indicated with Rule already considering several college options this past season, with him firmly on the hot seat with owner David Tepper for 2022 after receiving an eventual vote of confidence from ownership. Rule was keeping a close eye on the Penn State situation, sources said, where James Franklin ultimately landed a big extension and may have pursued the LSU opening as well had they been more interested in him. With Rule facing a pivotal third year in Carolina with an exception or expectation for much more better results, a big time college job opening would draw attention. Harbaugh had been in negotiation with Michigan about a reworked contract after reaching the college football playoffs this season, and sources have indicated for weeks that he is open to exploring certain NFL possibilities. Now, Davis is a fan of his work, and there have been rumblings throughout the scouting community about former Chiefs and Browns general manager John Dorsey emerging as a strong general manager candidate. The Raiders just began their search late last week after parting with general manager Mike Mayock and are in the midst of a coaching search as well, albeit one that includes interim head coach Rich Bisaccia. Now, the Raiders' job is viewed as very attractive to many of the top coaching candidates. Davis has shown a willingness to spend big to give a coach significant authority, and despite some despite some roster warts, Las Vegas did reach the postseason this year. The Raiders are still working through their hiring process, but would get interest from former Broncos head coach and longtime Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels if they reached out, as well as former Jets head coach Todd Bowles, currently defensive coordinator at the Bucs. And that is our headlines for tonight. Let's now take you over to the other portions of football that we like to call soccer. It's 12:22 in the a.m. Lucky for us. I apologize once again for the background noise. I'm not completely, emballed. This is not a green screen. Our studio set here is right next to the new TV, so I have to, uh, make varied decisions. And as I stated earlier, my mom does have no hearing in the left ear, so she has to hear. So my apologies, YouTube. You can copyright me if you want to, but I wish you wouldn't. The Premier League: Aston Villa over Everton 1-0. Wolverhampton over Brentford 2-1. Newcastle over Leeds 1-0. Manchester over West Ham 1-0. And Southampton and Manchester City tied at 1. In Championship action, Bristol City over Cardiff 3-2. Nottingham Forest over Derby County 2-1. Birmingham City over Barnsley 2-1. Blackpool over Millwall 1-0. Hull City over Bournemouth 1-0. Queens Park Rangers over Coventry City 2-1. Huddersfield Town over Reading 4-3. Sheffield United over Luton Town 2-0. Fulham over Stoke City 3-2. Swansea City over Preston North End 1-0. And West Bromwich Albion over Peterborough United 3-0. And that is it for some of the soccer action. Let us, for want of a better word, let's go over to a little media ha-cha-cha, if we have anything here. Jim Caldwell has got a few words for ESPN. Caldwell came out to refute an ESPN report by Dan Graziano, which said that Caldwell turned down interview requests with Las Vegas Raiders and Minnesota Vikings, and that it was a possible sign he could go to the Chicago Bears or Jacksonville Jaguars. Caldwell took to Twitter to say that the, quote, erroneous report that I turned down opportunities to interview with Raiders and Vikings was not true, and that he had profound respect for both organizations and the families who own the teams. So Caldwell had reportedly interviewed with the Jags and the Bears. It remains to be seen if they hire him. And if the Raiders and Vikings come calling, it looks like there's a good chance to pick up the phone for them as well. So stand by, stay tuned, and everyone be happy and contentable. All right, that is the only little blurb we got from the media. So let's go from there to finally our last segment. And soon will be just a little reminder soon our operations will be headed off into a private room here at the humble home, our humble abode here. That way we'll be able to do the show and won't have to worry about bleed-ins from our TV. So once again, my apologies, folks. Oh, excuse me. Once again, I repeat to you two things. One, I'm live, and two, the remote controls have to be in sync with the set for it to be turned down or turned up. So I will turn it down. I hope I can.
Yeah, you started.
You need to smoke it, buddy, is what you need. Bacon tender down. Now we add our onion garlic puree. Stir that in. That goes in the water. Boiling water.
There we go.
That's good.
Pardon?
That is okay. I can still hear it.
Thank you. And I'm sorry once again.
No, I've been trying. I've been sitting over here doing all this.
Well, again, I have to remind you that the remote control is not set up for that TV. It's only set up for this one.
Okay, well, we got to get it set up.
That is understood. See, folks, you get realism here on this program, and I'm taking care of my mom, so thank you. I am a good son. Yes, I
It's
am.
almost 81.
Okay, let's see. Let's get you, because we are garnering time here. Let's go to the Bundesliga. Union Berlin over Mönchengladbach 2-1. Bayer Leverkusen a 5-1 winner over Augsburg. Freiburg over Stuttgart 2-0. Greuther Fürth over Mainz 2-1. Dortmund over Hoffenheim 3-2. Köln and Bochum tied at deuce. In Italy, their soccer went like this. Genoa and Udinese tied at 0. Inter over Venezia 2-1. And Lazio over Atalanta 0-0. In La Liga action, it was Cadiz over Levante 2-0. Villarreal over Mallorca 3-0. Seville and Celta Vigo tied at 2. Athletic Madrid over Valencia 3-2. In basketball, in Espanol or in Spain, it was Manresa 82, Morabanca Andorra 79. In Sweden, the hockey went like this. In penalty shots, Djurgårdens defeated Leksands 2-1. In overtime, Luleå defeated Linköping 3-2. Oskarshamn over Frölunda 7-4. Timrå over Växjö 3-0. Let's give you an update on the two games in the National Hockey League in the 14th minute of the third period. Edmonton and Calgary still tied at 3. Meanwhile, in the 3-minute mark, it is Tampa Bay 5, San Jose 1. So we're going to call that game Tampa Bay wins. In Finland, it's Lukko over Asat 5-2. Karpat over TPS Turku 5-4. Excuse the belch. Jukurit over JYP 5-2. I'll score. In 20 international world cricket, the West Indies won by 3 wickets. Or excuse me, by 9 wickets. So congratulations. Repeating final score in the NFL playoffs, Cincinnati 19, Tennessee Titans 16, and the San Francisco 49ers may have set the retirement of Aaron Rodgers very quickly. They eliminated Green Bay Packers in a last-second field goal, just like Cincinnati defeated Tennessee by a score of 13-10. And the Australian Open continues. Nothing amazingly upsetting occurred. It is literally all status quo. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to rack it up and ramp it up for us. And we want to thank you all very much for tuning in. We are going to say our good nights to you. There's the bell. Want to say thank you, folks, for watching. Pardons. We added a little reality to today's edition. You got to see really behind the scenes, and I hope I done good. Thank you, folks, for watching. I'm Steve, the Baxman Baxley, from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk here in our studios in Jackson. For my mom, Sharon Baxley, my cat, Uno, and my announcer, Harry von Stuttgart, Steve, the Baxman Baxley. We'll see you tomorrow night at midnight at the Oasis for our Sunday broadcast. Did the Rams lead the Buccaneers to slaughter, or did Tommy Buccaneer come through in the clinch? Plus, is Kansas City going to be in for another chance at the Super Bowl, or does Buffalo get that golden ticket? We'll find out together tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. Till we meet again, Steve the Baxman Baxley saying the old endearing line. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity. Yes, you almost did. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. And Dandelion Fluff, for you, I'm giving you the scores of the NHL. Nope, you didn't miss much. We were about... Well, hold on, Dandelion. I'll give you the results of the NHL. Then I'll say goodnight to you. I'll even sing it to you. Buffalo Sabres, they beat the Flyers 6-3. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-dee. The Bruins, they beat the Winnipeg Jets 3-2. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. In overtime, it was the Avalanche beating the Canadiens 3-2. The chance to oi. The Devils beat the Hurricanes 7-4. The Leafs beat up the Islanders 3-1. Rangers over the Coyotes 7-3. The Capitals, they beat the Senators 3-2. Nashville beat Detroit 4-1. Boo-hoo. Minnesota was wild. The Blackhawks were mild in OT 4-3. The Oilers just scored against Calgary 4-3 in the third. Finally, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they've won the cup 2 times, you will see, and now they are about to go for another third time. Because it looks like they're about to beat the Sharks. 7-1 is the score in the third, in the 5-minute mark. And there you go. All the hockey score updates we have brought you tonight. And boy, with 2 minutes left to play on this show, I say to you, good night, good night. God bless. If you miss us live, don't worry. We will archive, and you will find out that that indeed we bring you the family hour here on this program. Yes, my mom makes a little appearance, and we have a nice little talk and little understanding. That's right, family get together here on this broadcast. I just hope I did good. But we thank you very much, and we're going to say goodnight to you. Hope everything is great, and we will talk to you at midnight tomorrow. And remember, folks, sportscasting does not have to be serious to be fun. Because for it to be fun, it has to be unpredictable. And where else will you get unpredictability? Right here on Sports Final, soon to be Steve's Sporty Balls. Gotta love Mandy Summers. She gave me the idea. Anyway, thank you, folks, for dropping by. We'll talk to you guys and gals tomorrow at midnight Eastern. Good night, Dandelion. Good night, everybody. And good night, Mom. Good night, everybody.